this going? You working? We good? We're live, but there's no image. It's very strange. Okay. Don't understand why it's just a black screen. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it is working. Just being a bit strange. Good. I think it's working. Is it? Okay. Yeah, I think it's working. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Let's just go. I am thinking of changing this. The last kind of this thing. I don't like it. I want to run through the animation. Yeah, I think I like the scribbly look it has before he fires it. So there we go. Rubber tool. I feel like it just kind of rakes the whole, because I've got a white brush. I was wondering why it wasn't showing up. That's too thick of a line. Although I can give it like a thicker core, I guess. It has to be. Maybe I don't need to. Maybe I can just draw a bunch of kind of interlocking lines like this. And then hope it looks half decent. Also, I should probably have it end, like have a floor point. It can like kind of come crackling off here. I think that looks good. Right? Yeah, sure. Just gonna trace this shape a bunch and have some kind of explosion bits. Gotta have that so I can see through the layers. Get rid of all this again. And then same kind of general shape. Perfect. Just with a bit of a difference. That looks like it's still moving. Yeah, that's good. Turn them off quickly and then I can... I really do like that tool, but it can be a little bit annoying sometimes when you can't see what you're actually currently working on. Sometimes I forget to check. It's really, I guess, is a reflection on me, but whatever. Again, we'll have a look through the layers of this rubber. And then start scribbling. Get all this explosion going nicely. Look at that. It's beautiful. Get rid of all of this. And we'll have it. Proper. Still got the main kind of beam, but now it's exploding out the bottom. That's good. See through it. Okay, let's test that version. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, that's better. Although, no, I think. Yeah, cool. And pause it. And let's just run it through to final frame. I do want it to continue after this. So I think he's gonna have like some sort of shield that he pulls out in the last second, maybe. Could be an idea. We'll see. Yeah, alright. Put some. We'll put 10. We'll go with 20 more for now. That. Yeah. And then we'll put this on. We can start to. I'll kind of slightly follow these lines. A bit more as they kind of dissipate. Get kind of a nice crisp animation. They're still like out of place. Still like writhing and moving and stuff, but a little bit more focused to kind of help that work a bit smoother, I guess. And the center area is still going to be very messy, but maybe can be a bit thinner. How's that? Oh, see what I mean? Can't actually say I'm going to turn it off. Be smart, wouldn't it? It's these lines here, because I'm very silly. We'll make it a bit bulkier, I guess. How's that? Yeah, I'm happy with that. Push this line kind of forwards and have them all start to thin out a bit. Just kind of gently going over them. this can start to like actually thin out. Right? Go with kind of almost blocky look. It looks like some of it is thinning out. Make sense? Like that? I'm happy with that. I am missing some stuff here. I know they're fading away, but yeah, good. And then still moving downwards, isn't it? So this can be a bit more compressed into the floor, but we'll have the thin bit and the thick bit here, and the thin bit where the thick bit was, and you get the idea. To make it look like it's pulsing downwards. Whereas before it was just a massive solid beam, now it's like running a little low on energy. I had wanted to stream like my second stream earlier, but I've been on holiday. I mean, I'm obviously not complaining about that. It's amazing, but it just means I haven't been able to do this. We went to America, went to a beachside place called Clearwater. We obviously went to the main reason I guess we went was to go to Orlando. Went to Universal and stuff. It was really fun. It was amazing. I have been before, but when I was very little. Some of these lines can start to fully disappear now. I'll just have remnants of some of the big ones, and then they can disappear after this frame. So we're going to have that kind of, but now the thick bits aren't as thick anymore, I guess. Kind of just one teeny outy scribbly line. I realise that it's moving slightly to the left, but it's fine. Now the thin bits are going to completely go, and there's just going to be a bit of remaining energy, I suppose, until it's all but gone. And that. And then you have this kind of line, which happens for a few frames. And then I think this will be the last. Yeah, okay. Let's see that. There's going to be a white void at the end, but. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Much better than the original. Much better. Very happy with that. Yeah, awesome. I don't. I mean, it is 6 seconds long. It isn't exactly a. I wouldn't mind it being about like 15 when it's done. Maybe even longer. Which is, I mean, I've already nearly done 100 frames. I mean, it is on. I could always do a little kind of cheat. It is on, what's it on now? 15 frames per second. I could just lower it to 10 and play it, and then it's a little slower. I don't know, I don't. That looks cool, but I'm still not a fan of those pushing frames. I like everything else, but I just can't seem to get those pushing frames right. You know, when it zooms, I'm fine with when he like pushes him away, but when they're really there, when they're really close together, I realise that the video quality might be a bit choppy and might not 100% match up with the audio, but I mean, there isn't any audio for the animation. My audio. Me speaking. I'm really happy with the end bit, but it does just look better in. It looks like in 24. Oh, it's having a trouble keeping up. See, that is really, really cool. I think that's really cool, but it's just too fast. It's actually a 3 second long clip for 94 frames. No thanks. I think 10 was a little slow though, so go somewhere in the middle. 12. That makes it 7 seconds. I feel like the slower you go, the more big movements become very, very obvious. Like, let's have a look. Where's something quite drastic, where it just kind of, the characters skip a bit? Da, da, da. Trying to find something to prove my own point. I can't. Right, let's have a look here. I mean, see how they kind of. There's quite a few frames there. I can't even prove my own point right anymore. Well, maybe if I get rid of this, see that kind of jump, and see, because I mean this isn't finished. This is where I kind of rough sketch them in a little bit. See how they don't quite look right, do they? If you really start to think about it, they go a little wonky. They change their proportions quite a bit. And if I put this at, for argument's sake, 5, we go right back to the beginning. Oh god, that just skipped it all. But see what I mean? Obviously everything's choppy because it's slow, but like you can see them kind of shuddering. I'll play again. It's not so bad, but it's just a bit like their movement feels unnatural. You know what I mean? You can see when they stop. Whereas if I put it at 15, how it was originally, it's much, much smoother. And I'm trying to find a balance where I can have it be nice and feel fluid whilst also not being, say, I don't know, 100 frames a second and being over. Oh, it doesn't go to 100. Does it only go to 30? I've never actually tried it. Never actually pushed it that high. But like 30 where it's a 3 second clip and they all look like this. I mean, the just looks a bit silly, doesn't it? And it doesn't last long. And I haven't put a couple hours of effort in for 3 seconds. I can settle for 6, but not 3. like weirdly, the slower you go, I feel like the more frames that like this kind of I guess rookie animation would need, so that you don't see them being so clunky. I mean, except for that close-up pushing, that's still really bad. But whatever, it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna leave it for now. Mm. Also, I feel like when the blast goes into the portal to begin with, and he laughs at him there, it the portal needs to be more pronounced, I guess. I think maybe 15 is still too fast. Is 10 alright? I don't know. I do not know. We'll stick with 10 for now, because it makes it 9 seconds. And what else are we going to do? Because I do want to make more. I do want this to be longer. But I don't know how I'm going to make it longer yet. I mean, I did just use a nice amount of time doing the whole... I think I should leave like a... So what I'm going to do here... First I'm going to adjust myself in my seat. And then I'm going to leave like this little burn mark on the floor. Every time I forget, you know what, I'm going to change this white pen to a black pen if it's going to let me drag it. There we go. And we're just going to leave this kind of scratchy burn mark. And then what I can do with that is I can show the kind of screen's movement, right? I'm going to make it more easy to perfectly replicate. Because I feel like kind of need it. Oops, I went too far back. Did I? No, I didn't. Oh, I'm a mess. Right, rubber. I'm just going to have it like be 5 lines on the ground. Maybe. Sure, that'll do for now. As a kind of placeholder thing. But what I can do with that is I can say, people know where that is, right? So I can move it, and people are like, that's kind of a fixed spot. You just kind of register it as a fixed spot. The burn mark. And then what I can do is I can bring something... God, that was awful. I can bring something coming in on the left side of the screen. And that means I can help the viewer realize that the camera's moving. Right? It's hard to tell when the camera's moving when there's nothing on the screen. So let's see how that looks. There's nothing coming in from the left, so it still might look a little weird. Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like a bug scuttling away. But when I have the cloaked figure on the left now stood there, I think it'll be a little bit more obvious. Perfect. Let's have a little look then. 94. I don't know which frame to bring him in on though. I feel like here he should just start to appear. Like the back of his head maybe. We can... And he'll have to move like a similar distance, right? Hang on a minute. So first, he's out. Second, he's in. There we go. Just taking its time to load. Third, I'm just going to say he shifts over like one place. And I'll use his head as a marker. That'll do. Because then we keep kind of people's attention, hopefully. Oh god. What are those feet? I want him to have like a kind of... neutral kind of stance. Sure, it's fine for now. It's fine for now. When in doubt, it's fine for now. Okay. Obviously, he himself is not moving. I want to make that very obvious by keeping his shape as similar as possible. Because if he looks like he's moving, then it kind of confuses the whole camera panning to the side bit. Because there's nothing else of reference except for the burn mark, which we've already said needs something else. So if he starts moving, for example, if he started walking to the right or even to the left, if he kind of was doing that action, it would be a little bit weird. I know he's kind of swayed a bit, like he's drunk, but it's fine. Too close. Because that doesn't look like he's walking anywhere. That just gives you that weird kind of scratchiness that beginner animators do. Like me! I don't actually know what number animation this is for me. It's not a very big number. Okay, so now we'll have them both shift over one more because then obviously the scratch mark, or the burn mark, sorry, would be gone. And he would be here, stood in his glory. How do I bring the other guy back? Maybe a smoke bomb? Smoke effect could be quite cool. Cool thing to try. Let's see if this looks right, because I feel like I've distorted his shape too much. Bam. I feel like he looks like he's rotating, which I don't really like. But other than that, it's fine. Yeah. He looks a bit like he's spinning around. And we'll pause it now. There we go. So, here what we'll do, it's kind of these two. In fact, no, I'll deal with this one first. I changed his stance way too much. Got rid of him there. Just redraw him. I quite like these boxy stick figures. I do intend to make this animation in particular a bit more, I don't know, fleshed out, I guess. But I think they're quite nice because you can have, like with a normal stick figure, say, you can have them punch someone in the chest, right? But it's harder to convey that. Like, let's say you wanted to say that it's a really strong punch, but they don't move at all. With these guys, you can have them hit them in the chest. You could even like have some kind of stretch lines going in the chest, and you can have that kind of depth, and that creates an impact even like their own body kind of pushing in, which implies their strength, but them not moving implies that it doesn't matter. And if you were just doing that with a regular stick figure, you can't have like the punch be a big wind up, or even have some like energy flowing around the fist or whatever. Show the character who's throwing the punch have big muscles or whatever. But you have to do these other things alongside the thing you want to do in order to achieve that. Anyway, speaking like I've done this for a while, I haven't. So I don't even know if half the stuff I'm saying is true. It's just what I. He still looks like he's turning. Although I'm not too mad about that. I quite like. Let's have a look. Is it too much or is it fine? No, I think that's fine. I think it's fine. And now I just need to make sure I pause it. Oh, perfect. Okay. What's he gonna do? Okay. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I'll have him go. How do you act surprised? I have to do the actions my characters are gonna do in real life. So his hands would go out slightly, although he doesn't. His hands aren't out at all. So I guess he'd bring his arms out. This is to be surprised, by the way. I'm gonna have the other guy appear in like a smoke bomb. Yep, he's a surprise. So he brings his hands out. His face goes wide, which I can't do because he doesn't have facial features yet. But for now, I can just stretch his face up a little bit in that kind of motion. His shoulders roll back a little bit again. I'll just have him. You just have to squish and stretch these guys, and I guess he would. To accentuate that, he would probably lean back. Yeah. Okay. So his feet stay fixed. When I started this animation, I've been doing. I don't know how many hours I've put into this. Probably like 3 or 4. Probably not that many. I don't know. Wish there was a feature which told you. It probably way too many for something like this. But I was experimenting and stuff because I've only kind of just got into animating. And this is the first animation software I've used, except for those, really terrible stop motion ones you can get on your phone. And the stuff that they've created is somehow amazingly lit, and then anything you do is really bad quality and stuff. I mean, I don't doubt that they actually did the stuff that they say they did, but it just kind of annoys me. But yeah, and it's free. This thing, I think it's just called Animation Desk or something. No, I'm not sponsored. I'm far too small of a channel to get sponsored, but I really do like it for a beginner, like myself. And I have him kind of. That's better. And he can actually show his arms. You're like, whoa. I feel like his head should be a bit further forward. I feel like it should mainly be his body arcing back. His head will move back slightly, because otherwise it'll just look unnatural. And it won't have the movement that I want. Hang on. No, his head's fine. There's a bit of a line up here, but God's sakes. Whoops. Shaved off the side of his face. And we're gonna have like a. How do you smoke? We'll experiment, we'll find out something. We'll just have like a sudden kind of ball appear. Nope. Out of nowhere. Actually, no. What we'll do is we'll have this ball. We'll have this ball here. We'll have like it pop out of nowhere. Look at it. There's some little lines to draw attention to it and make it look like it's going preparing. He's surprised. He's gonna comically kind of lean forwards and have a look at it. That's too far of a lean forwards. He's gonna probably extend his. How's he gonna do it? I imagine he would straighten up first, right? Straighten up first. His arms, I can now show it out. He would ever so slight change in his leg position. Not much at all. Damn it. Ball would still be there, of course. I'll get rid of those other ones, but these little V-shaped pop lines can stay. And then he would lean forwards. Arms have going out behind him really weirdly. And so would his body. His leg becomes more bent to kind of bear his weight. This leg is still fairly straight. Ball is obviously still there. He's gonna lean right down. Quite a fast motion, really. No, I want it to be more. I want it to be slower. It needs to be more like a. He's not dashing to see it. He's just. Give him no neck. Better. This leg becomes more bent as he leans further forwards. His arms will stay at the same level as they were before. The ball is still there. Are things starting to lag? Oh, I need more frames. Cool. We should make it to 100 this stream. Why 10 more? As in 100 frames of actual animation. I mean, I know we've technically reached 100 frames of frames being there. Right, next frame, he's going to lean. I will have his motion here be a bit faster, because it's a little bit weirder. Because he, like, his body just extends out. His arms can be kind of, like, dragged behind him. His leg becomes really bent forwards. Ball is still there. Ah, forgot to do the bottom of his body. There we go. And then his arms, his head will be slightly further forwards now. His arms can kind of catch up with him. And his body and kind of neck section will be really weirdly moved. Oh god. This knee is really bent forwards. This one's still straight. Hang on, I want to see what that looks like. We'll just play through the entire thing. Fight, fight, fight. And then camera pans over to him. I like that. Yeah, I think that's good. That's good. He looks so weird when he does it, but I love it. I love it. Okay. Then this frame is where the smoke is going to explode outwards. Do I have it fully envelop him straight away? Or does he like snap back? I think as the smoke comes out, he snaps back. Okay, so the ball is going to be like here, like this. It's going to start kind of fizzing, I guess you could call it. Like a lovely nuclear radiation sound. Perfect. And then he's going to obviously see this and immediately